In November 2012, an Australian scientific research vessel called the Southern Surveyor cut through the Coral Sea. They were heading toward a set of coordinates that had marked a massive Manhattan-sized landmass called Sandy Island on global maps for over a century. The crew stepped out onto the deck expecting to see a shoreline. Instead, they found absolutely nothing, just miles and miles of rolling, empty waves in every direction. Thinking they might be sailing over a recently submerged reef, the captain dropped a depth sounder to check the shallows. The reading plummeted past the expected sea level, eventually hitting 4,600 feet. There was no sunken landmass down there. It was just a flat abyss. Within 24 hours of reporting this phantom landmass to the world, Sandy Island was completely erased from Google Maps, Google Earth, and maritime databases worldwide. This swift disappearance creates a sharp tension. Whether the island was a century-old typo being caught, or a rapid, intentional purge of a physical location from the global digital record. If you believe the researchers were fed false coordinates to keep them away from a classified site, you have to look at the strategic motive. Why go through the immense trouble of hiding an entire piece of the Earth? Under UN law, proving an island exists grants an exclusive economic zone, giving a 200-mile monopoly over fishing and oil rights. By keeping islands off the books, governments can secretly extract these deep-sea resources without triggering international sanctions. Beyond the financial incentive, a non-existent island offers something even more valuable: invisibility. If an area is officially categorized as deep, empty water, automated mapping algorithms and civilian satellite analysts are trained to ignore it. That blind spot creates the perfect physical location to build a black site. We are talking about underwater submarine docking stations carved into coastal caves, unmanned drone command centers, or isolated weather manipulation arrays, all operating far away from prying eyes. Deleting an island, then, serves a dual purpose. It allows a state to hoard valuable natural resources and secure a hidden staging ground for military dominance. The reality behind Sandy Island, however, is a bit more grounded. The scientific consensus is that it was never a black site or a secret UFO containment zone. It was a maritime accident. In the late 1800s, a whaling vessel recorded a large mass in the Coral Sea. They had likely sailed past a massive raft of pumice stone, ejected to the surface by an underwater volcano. When those stones are packed tightly together on the waves, they look exactly like solid, dry land. Cartographers took that single sailor's report and printed it. From there, mapmakers simply copied the error from one atlas to the next for over 100 years, until the crew of the Southern Surveyor finally double-checked the coordinates. Sandy Island was essentially a ghost ship of the mapping world, but the paranoia surrounding its sudden deletion is completely justified, because governments do actively edit geography to hide their actions. To see how cartographic erasure works in practice, you only have to look at Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. In the 1960s, the UK and US governments finalized an agreement to build a highly secretive, off-the-books military installation. To do this, they conspired to forcibly deport the entire native Chagosian population from their homes. By officially categorizing the island as having no permanent civilian population, authorities bypassed international human rights laws. This bureaucratic erasure cleared the way for a major strategic base, used for confidential bomber runs and extraordinary rendition flights. This tactic continues into the modern digital era. If you search for Jeannette Island in the Arctic Ocean, you will often find it entirely blurred out or missing from digital maps. The Arctic is rapidly becoming the next massive battleground for drilling rights and shipping lanes. By leaving this specific island off Western digital maps, it subtly chips away at explaining the mystery of the Coral Sea. But the histories of Diego Garcia and Jeannette Island prove that world superpowers regularly manipulate the physical record to secure their own strategic dominance. Maps are not neutral snapshots of our planet. They are tools of statecraft, designed to control how we understand the boundaries of the physical world. We live in an era of immense technological surveillance, where military satellites can read a license plate from orbit. Yet we place almost blind trust in the digital boundaries provided by tech corporations. Digital map erasure is simply the modern evolution of the Cold War playbook. It provides powerful institutions with a silent, highly effective way to shape exactly what civilians believe exists. The software used for daily navigation is managed by the same digital gatekeepers who can scrub a landmass from existence in a single afternoon. When the entities that map the Arctic are the same ones that map your neighborhood, the potential for curation becomes universal. If the physical world can be edited this easily at the source, it suggests our digital maps are less a mirror of reality and more a curated version of it. We are left to wonder what other inconvenient truths have been quietly deleted from the screen in our pocket.